Well, the agenda so far that I know of consists of the future of our faction warfare per once winter hits. The change in the mining rule, the wormhole corp slash wormhole in general. Does anyone else have anything to bring up at this meeting?
Not me.
So, you are in on leaving faction warfare this winter and going to a wormhole?
Wormhole now, eh? Cool.
I take that as a yes.
Okay, so
I don't know.
let's take this a little bit slower. First off, I'll inform pretty much just you, Joe, that the idea Bagura has, and that me and Reaction are going to follow regardless, whether it's in this corp or an alliance or not, is the Bagura wants to start up a wormhole pause, in which basically a lot of this will be made. It is for pretty much once winter hits and the nerf to faction warfare income hits, we're going to be searching for new ways to make money. And wormholing is, it's a different thing. It's something new.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly interesting to me. It's certainly scary, and there's lots of juice down there and stuff. There's manufacturing, or there's resources, and there's sleepers.
Well, cut simple. The plan is to get in there, get some superior ships that you can't actually bring in through the wormhole, and pretty much just dominate the place.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool to me.
Now, currently, a wormhole is not a very good option right now, for two reasons. First off, we are in faction warfare. That means going to Jeddah is a lot harder and needs to be done on alts, and sadly we want to get our industry alts in this corporation.
Right.
So in order to actually set up the wormhole and do it right, we will need to be out of faction warfare so we can go to Jeddah and Amara. And the next thing is the whole mining thing. To not mine in a wormhole is kind of stupid when you have really, really good ore down there.
Yeah. Although the reasoning for leaving faction warfare just so that you can get to Jeddah, way around that.
Well, that isn't the real reason for leaving faction warfare. Leaving faction warfare is merely we can get fights just the same by being pirate. And then when the winter patch hits, the income from the LP store is going to be crap.
Yeah, fair enough, but I mean, everybody uses alts anyway, so I don't see what that issue is with alts.
The whole thing is all our alts will be put into this. The carrier alt, not carrier, well, actually, yes, there will be a carrier alt in there, aside from reaction. There will be my alt, my transporting alt, who's also an industry alt, will need to be thrown in there, inside the corporation.
Why does he have to be inside the corporation?
To use the pause.
Okay.
Everything has to be done inside a pause, and then for that to happen, you're going to need to be inside the same corporation.
Why? You can not give the password to other people.
But you cannot access the fuel bay and other storage units, and etc. etc.
The hangar bay you can't access. Pretty much everything you can't access. You can just go in there.
Inside the push shields only.
Huh. Okay, well, I don't know the mechanics of it, but you have to have an alt. You need the alt to be able to do that stuff. Your main can't do that, or the alt is using the industry skills to
the
make stuff.
The idea with the alt is both to have holder alts, so we don't necessarily need to train industrial skills. We're talking mining alts. We're talking scanning alts, so we can scan down entrances and exits. The whole shebang.
And yes, all our alts, our hauler alts, are also industry alts. So in order to get our manufacturers in there, we'd have to get our manufacturers inside this corporation.
Yeah, if you want the manufacturers to use the manufacturing facilities in the POS, right?
And the hangars and the storage devices, yes.
Right. Okay. I see the logic.
And for the about the mining aspect, I've already talked to Ash about this, and he's basically thrown up the rule that mining will be allowed, but only in wormhole space and null set.
Okay. That's not too bad then.
And so, back to the faction warfare thing. The current plan is we shall be leaving. Well, the current proposed plan is to leave faction warfare once winter hits. This gives us enough time to check out and do more research on the POS idea and the wormhole idea. And this gives us enough chance for those who do want to make income in faction warfare to make income before the nerf.
Say that again.
Reaction. Summarize it.
Basically, in my throat. Hang on. Basically, what Doc's saying is that right now we get the tier 5 pushes and we make tons of ISK. That's not going to happen when winter hits. Winter is coming.
Yeah.
So we're staying for now until winter, so that those who want can make LP and cash out through the tier 5s. Once winter hits, that's not relevant anymore, as it would be static, and the only thing influential would be the amount of income.
Okay, I thought there was some new argument here, or some new decision.
No, it's the same thing. I'm just elaborating, summarizing.
Yeah.
Take
we
a
know
picture.
that. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in winter, but yeah, it sounds like it's going to be nerfed. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay.
Yes.
I thought Doc was talking about something else.
So
No,
yeah,
it's the same thing. So yes.
Ash wants me to take a tally of who comes to the meeting, of what your view on leaving faction warfare once winter hits. So those in this meeting, what's your view on it?
Well, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know what the patch is so huge. I mean, almost so many things are happening in that patch. It's almost impossible to make a decision until after the patch. You know. I don't know though.
Reaction, can I assume that you're with the leaving faction warfare thing?
I mean, what if the money is almost as good?
The math has already been calculated out because they've already released how much it's going to be nerfed by and what the exact changes are. So the math has already been calculated out of how much you will be making.
They have only elaborated the math on the LP gains. They haven't precisely included what the future LP prices will be, but looking at what we've been able to make, they're going to be crap in comparison, and the next step would be wormhole space as a better income.
Yeah, I don't think we know for sure how it's actually going to turn out. Matter of fact, I'm certain of it. So, but I know there's a push to get out, to go into wormholes. That's fine, but until then,
well,
it's a moot point, really.
Joe, yeah, it is. But basically, CCP have stated that it should be a space where we all need to struggle in order to keep the dominance. And with those words, this means nerf.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying we just don't know for sure until it happens. So it's just all pure speculation on our part.
Joe, you haven't.
I will say officially that I'm not against the idea of wormhole. That's for sure. It certainly depends on how the nerf is. But yeah, it sounds like an interesting idea. Certainly something I wouldn't be against. That's for sure.
Not to make it less
Well,
rather than just
the
something.
point of the tally is not to show who knows what in the latest Eve news. The point of the tally is to see who is with or against leaving faction warfare.
I can't make that decision until the patch is out. Sorry, Doc.
There we go. That Ash needs your tally. Ash really values your opinion, and so do I. I mean, so.
Yeah, that's all I can say, really. I just don't know. You know.
It's alright. It's alright. It's an answer.
Okay. Sorry again. Anybody need anything in Jeddah?
How about a Chimera carrier?
Okay, I've got 50 meters cubed ready left.
There we go.
Fits in there. I was thinking about that. How do you move ships? But I haven't figured that out.
Right, but don't do it. But yeah, I'm with the leaving people. Most likely, as I have never tried wormholes for real. Yes, I've been in one, I've PvP'd in one, but I've never really killed the sleevers and mined in a wormhole. Been that cut off from the world. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's not a bad idea at all, for sure. I like the idea of wormholes, that's for sure. It's certainly your own little piece of space.
But I think it's gonna end up with more than one boss.
Okay, so that would be the end of the meeting. I'm going to stop the recording now, unless anyone has anything else to say.
Oh, I thought there was other things on the menu. That's it?
Yep.
I'm just gonna say DLD, Doctor Like Dicks.